Hello. I announced that I was going to publish a YouTube video. I announced it in Instagram that I would publish a YouTube video that would be called it The Warning. And this is the video, The Warning. But when preparing for it, both in Portuguese and in English, I saw that the position of the Catholic Church, which I am a member of, is that we should not speak about events that, according to Rome's assessment, those events, or in those events, there are no signs of supernaturality. Although there were warnings in events that are considered valid for the Catholic Church, like Fatima here in Portugal, which if you go there you will feel very good in a place that is so, now it's developed with the tourism and such, but is so simple, and even as a small group of mountains, and doesn't even have high trees, so it's modest, but the feel good and peaceful feeling we have there, something happened there apart from all the witnesses and the miracle of the sun and such. But also another group of apparitions which are considered valid are the ones of Akita in Japan. Go to Wikipedia, for instance, and learn about them. And also it was said by one of the little shepherds who saw Our Lady in Fatima, the one who died in 2005, Sister Lucia, that she said that one of the last attacks against or one of the last offensives of the demon, or the biggest, or the last basically attacks of the demon, will be against the family. We see that in all LGBTQ also. The Catholic Church was sadly was infiltrated by smoke of Satan. Also in Akita we can see today events that lead us to believe we are living in like prophetic times. I'm not going to share, but there were two, especially one desecration of an altar that was out of this world. And also at Akita, it is mentioned that a punishment would come against humanity because God is merciful, and that warning that I was going to talk about if the church didn't want us not to mention it. But then you are, is the church exerting, or is the church making censorship of it, or is the church censoring it? It might, and it is, because it is not proven as supernatural. And when the church studies persons or events in order to become saints, there is even what we call devil's lawyer, that will do everything to prove that those events were false. If it fails, and all the scientific evidence and experts and such concur, only then, even the medical field, even only then it is considered of supernatural origins. In those Akita messages, it is referred the divisions between priests and bishops, and we are seeing a very dangerous movement in Germany today, which probably will lead to a schism. And if I relate that to other events and information, for instance, yesterday's decisions of the Portuguese government, anyway, of not allowing that Portugal sells or Portuguese medicine labs sell the medicines to the exterior, to other countries, in connection to what is happening with Ukraine, NATO and Russia, seems to indicate a very dark future. But in what was I going to say, there is a lot of hope. God will give, like, if those messages are true, will give us a way to repent and to see how we are in relation to God. The only advice that is asked for me and for all faithful to say or to proclaim is to convert to the Catholic Church, pray the Rosary, which I believe I'm going to start to do daily, and be a sane, moral, good citizen, and I must also tell you that all this LGBTQ nonsense started in the 60s, and most people, I believe most people in the world, haven't ever heard how it started. Sadly, it involves, for what I've heard, someone that was connected to John Hopkins, and I have seen connections to John Hopkins that are not good, and there was the thing started to gain traction when two twins were given their circumstances subjected to interventions. Those twins ended up killing themselves later on, and they were in fact victims of the LGBTQ nonsense. And the not only in that, I believe, but the punish for the moral behavior of humanity and the lack of God, the apostasy, the lack of faith, is stunning today. It's humanity is in a level, but however, I must say to mothers or mothers of young infants and such, there is hope, prepare, but there is hope God is just, there is justice in God, there is a hell, but there is also a lot of mercy. But do not believe that mercy is all like all around. It's all mercy. We have also justice, and sadly or gladly I will have to delete some posts of Instagram, especially Instagram. I could delete them like I probably have done in the past, or I've seen others deleted them in the past, but I will not like to delete them without explaining why I did it, and I will do it because they are not approved by the church yet. Maybe they will be approved in the future. The order for Portugal not to sell medicines to other countries, it probably says that the war is going to escalate. So prepare. And that's it. Sadly, I cannot go farther. Sadly or gladly. That's it. See you soon for another more interesting, I would not say interesting or important videos, but for more joyful videos.